It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Well, I am now at the Dudley Canal tunnel, and I'm going to try and slip in a nice boat trip here, which I try and do. Well, that wasn't too bad. That was £10 of anyone's money to go under the tunnel, and people are going to be wondering why I'm talking to myself, but all part of the job, isn't it? So I went in this tunnel probably quite a long time ago. But I hear they've done a lot of work in here since, so quite looking forward to going in there. I think I've kind of got a front row seat here, which is good. So I look forward to having a little trip through here, see how we get on.
Right, everybody on board. I'd just like to point out that both the boat and myself are fully trained and licensed to take on this special trip today. Licensed by the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency in Liverpool. We do carry life rings on board, we've got fire extinguishers in the centre, and first aid kits are in the cabin. Please keep arms, hands, legs and heads well inside the boat at all times during the boat trip, as the boat, trip boat George, will bump and bang off the sides quite violently sometimes. Don't be alarmed about this, it's nothing to do with my steering at all. Okay, it's due to the fish pushing on the bottom of the boat. Okay? So keep your arms and hands inside the boat, and everything will be fine. Listen to me and Stuart if there's any problems, and me and Stuart will point you in the right direction and tell you what procedures to follow. Right, off we go. Just heading towards the hole in front of us. It does fit, I think, but it did about 20 minutes ago. Oh, try not to touch the sides. Ooh. Look at that, folks. Oh, I didn't pass my test 20 minutes ago.
So there we are, we're going into the tunnel now.
Right, here we go. Here's the Dudley Tunnel, folks. Welcome to it. If you're driving the boat, you've always got to remember to duck. Because you're really close to the roof. Right, here we go. So welcome to the famous Dudley Tunnel, folks. It's the second longest canal tunnel in Britain, to be honest with you. It's just under 2 miles long this time. Yeah, now back in the day, anybody could work. 9-year-old boys could work down here. 12-year-old girls were minors. 9-year-old boys were minors. Anything younger, making bricks at home. Anybody younger than 9 or younger than 12 would have been at home with their mums making bricks for the tunnel. And children as young as 5 would have made the bricks, you know, looking at. Unbelievable, isn't it? 5-year-old children stopping at home with their mums making bricks. 5-year-old child roughly expected to make about 25 bricks a day. Now, of course, it does rain in Dudley. Can't remember when it did, but it does. And the rainwater passes through the soil, keeps the grass green. In the dirt, limestone and calcite. And the rainwater picks up the limestone and calcite from the soil. The rainwater seeps through the bricks. And as you can see on the brickwork, big chunks of white limestone and calcite. Wherever the water runs, you'll see limestone and calcite sticking to the surface of the bricks. You'll also notice square holes in the sides, which are called weep holes. And these weep holes are there for drainage. Any rainwater that builds up behind the bricks can run through the square holes, and the water runs through into the canal. But you will see on the bottom of some of them big thick layers of chalky limestone and calcite washed through with the rainwater. Yes, have a close look as you go past, and always remember, always use Calgon with every wash. Okay? Yes, washing machines, that's longer, with Calgon. But I've got to say Calgon 3 times on the trip because I'll get 20% discount at Calgon. Okay, very cool Calgon. Very similar to limescale you find in your bathroom taps. Limestone, limescale, same stuff really. Right, so we're going underneath another a construction shaft now. This is called the Eiffel Tower. You can have a look at the Eiffel Tower if you're brave enough. It's called the Eiffel Tower. No, it's not called the Eiffel Tower after the famous tower in Paris. It's called the Eiffel Tower because if you look up there, you'll get an eyeful of whatever's coming down. Yes, it is a bit drippy occasionally. That's why I keep forgetting to take the Christmas lights down on that one. So leave them up now, I think. Right, so we're coming outside. On the left-hand side is flooded mine. Two guesses why it's called that. Yeah, it's a mine and it's flooded. The limestone miners would have worked in the flooded mine on the left, loading the boats with limestone. However, on the right-hand side is Tipton mine. So you've got Tipton mine on your right, flooded mine on your left, and this is where the boats would have been nicely tied up, nice and tight, and the boats would have been filled with limestone. However, it did have a roof on it, and that roof was actually removed by the miners 180 years ago. Right, there's nobody else down here, but I'm just going to pick the outer just in case. Just going to catch the sides, just a bit, I think. Oh, that one. Oh, round the corner we go. Turning left very sharply to Castle Basin. On the right hand side you've got the Wren's Nest Tunnel. Now the Wren's Nest Tunnel with a gate on it goes to 1/3 of a mile. It leads you into the limestone mines. Everyone knows around this area as the Seven Sisters limestone mines. They've been used since 1928. We'll get round to reopening that. It is going to cost us £28 million to restore. We are currently asking for donations towards that. I've looked in the donation tin this morning and we've got £57.95, so yeah, we're doing alright, you know, we're getting close. This is my favourite bit now, folks. Very peaceful, nice and quiet. Castle Basin. Right, so what's above here? Well, this is the Priory Nature Reserve. On the left hand side, the Dudley Zoo and Castle. These are the trees that go around the zoo and the castle. So you can have a wander around the zoo, the perimeter of the zoo, around the nature reserve of course. And of course you've got nearby Wren's Nest Nature Reserve as well, which is now a geopark. So we are very lucky in Dudley. We have got two beautiful nature reserves. Our next door, yeah, some people say it looks like a waffle. Yeah, well, I don't know what the skipper said it looks like a waffle. I suppose it does, doesn't it? You've got the square pattern. That's concrete segments bolted together. Yeah, 1989 we built the 89 tunnel and it took us 6 months to decide what to call it. And it is discovered that tunnels that are built today are not dug out by people, they're dug out by machine and bolted together. It's hard to believe that even tunnels come flat back like a wardrobe, and all the pieces are bolted together to make a pipe. It then has been sprayed with concrete to make it look old-fashioned. So you can see all the concrete rendering. You can see on the tunnel surface there, it's been sprayed on. Now you will notice the little cracks in that concrete, which is completely normal and safe. However, the rainwater is seeping through the cracks, and where the water runs, you'll have stalactites on the roof where the water's dripping, and you'll have bits of white patches here and there on the surface. Unfortunately for me, whoever built it didn't build it straight. 500 these tunnels. But it does lead us to a little cavern called Monumental. This was built to replace the original tunnel that led you there. That tunnel was too dangerous to repair and reopen, so we decided to build a replacement. This is the replacement tunnel. Still leads you to Little Tessa, and in Little Tess we watch a film. On the left hand side we've got the little show coming up, 6 minutes long, and it tells you everything you need to know about the tunnels, the caverns, the mines, more importantly, a little bit of a talk about the fossils you can find around here. So enjoy the show on the left hand side. It's a good one. Well, I say it's good, it tastes good as frozen, but I mean it's only well reaching out, frozen's better. This is my favourite cavern as well, because normally this is Santa's grotto, Christmas time. We have Peaky Blinders filming here as well. We did have the filming down here. And of course it's where we have our glow in the dark, which so enjoy the show, the test, and welcome to it.
When you wake up in the morning in your house that is held together with cement made from limestone, you then put on your makeup, which is made from limestone. Then you brush your teeth with the toothpaste that is made from limestone. Limestone is such an important product in our everyday lives, and when it was created all those years ago, who knew that we would use it every single day of our lives? It was the Romans who found a way of turning limestone into a building material that we now know as concrete. They went on to create the largest single-span concrete structure. By 130 BC, concrete was in full operation, and I think it's a testament to the remains that we see today of Roman buildings, how much and how good the concrete that they created has still survived.
Right, so we're just leaving that little test behind. Santa's grotto at Christmas time, very, very nice in here. All kitted out with the lights and the Christmas trees, inflatable Santas. Selling tickets to Santa already, believe it or not. We're getting ready for Easter next year. I'll be quick in this game. Gotta get it all organised so it's all set up nice. Of course, we're making our way from Little Test Hammer down Rock Tunnel. This is one of our oldest tunnels. A little bit bumpy and banky down here sometimes, so I do apologise, it's about bumps and banks. It's not exactly what you call fantastic tunnel to drive through. However, we do have some beautiful build-up of limestone and calcite on the right-hand side as we go past. You will see how the water is leaking through the roof and running down the side of the tunnel, coating the tunnel with limestone and calcite. Right, so here we go. I think I'm pressing my button. The show's going to come on. Yep. Enjoy the show, folks. Welcome to Singing Cavern.
Limestone was quarried here on Dudley Castle Hill for hundreds of years, but the arrival of the canal prompted a rapid increase in mining activity, and at its peak, the Dudley mines produced over 100,000 tonnes of limestone a year. The extraction of the stone left behind a network of vast caverns, which became an attraction for scientists, engineers, and visiting dignitaries from abroad. The Dudley caverns have also played an important role in the development of the science of geology and became renowned internationally for the quality and diversity of the fossils that have been discovered here. In 1849, addressing a meeting of scientists here in the Dudley mines, the eminent geologist Sir Roderick Murchison proclaimed that in no part of England are more geological features brought together in a small compass than in the environs of Dudley. In the 1850s, the caverns were opened to the public. Gas lighting was installed, cars laid out, and a bandstand constructed. Many fetes and concerts were held in these mines, with entertainment provided by orchestras, choirs, and military bands. Coloured flares were ignited, and demonstrations of blasting carried out. Those events were perhaps a forerunner of today's classical spectacular concerts. And although some of the mines were accessible from the surface, many visitors came by canal boat, just as you have today. Since those times, technology has moved on, and we no longer have to risk the dangers of gas and gunpowder to provide light and sound. But imagine for a moment the awe and amazement of those early visitors as we present our modern interpretation of those events nearly 200 years ago.
Folks, it's the end of our little show. Let's put the end right back on for you. Right, so the singing cavern. It's hard to believe all this was dug out by hand with a pig. Tunnel. I did say the tunnel looked like a waffle. It's in the square pattern you can see. Now the square pattern you see now is the same pattern. It's just this tunnel has not been sprayed with concrete. This tunnel has been left completely bare. So you can actually see how the tunnel is bolted together. Amazing, isn't it, what they can do with technology today. This was 1984. It was built the same way as the London Underground and the Paris Metro. And of course, not only that, it was the first canal tunnel to be built in this country for 126 years. To celebrate the occasion, we had the BBC and Blue Peter down here, and Simon Grew opened the tunnel for us. He even presented us with a very beautiful blueprint of light. It went okay until 3 weeks later when we put the water in the tunnel. We discovered that the plaque he left us was on the wall okay. It was just a shame it was too low down. Yes, the plaque vanished 3 foot under the water. Amazing on the right with a light on the top. Takes you underneath the primary road, it takes you underneath the primary room so you get married, and it takes you all the way through Dudley, underneath the leisure centre, the old one that is, and it brings you to the fantastic place called Primark. Yes, it takes you to the Primark and the Merrill Shopping Centre. The reason it does that tunnel is because it used to be the site of Randolph Steelworks. They made a lot of steel there. You needed a lot of limestone. You can't make steel without limestone. So the boats were filled with limestone in these mines, and the boats were led through that tunnel to Randolph Steelworks. Super ideal. Of course, the limestone off the boat was used as a flux to make steel, and it's amazing how the caverns have survived. The tunnel's still here, but Roundout Steelworks was knocked down early 1980s. Just coming up on your right hand side. Oh, see if we can park the boat in the proper place. So the boat would have been parked up roughly where we are hopefully going to park up. I'll turn off the lights because it would have been that light lit in there. It would have been camera if you can remember. If you've been before. So we've got a little bit of movement in there this way. Right, folks, so we're just leaving the cavern behind. That was named after Mr. Hurst, who's a foreman, like I say. Now we're making our way down underneath another construction shaft. The shaft with limestone and calcite, as it does say. And there goes the lights. Yeah, every single brick, well, nearly every single brick in this tunnel was outmade 200 years ago. Of course, the 5-year-old children and 9-year-old children, because they wouldn't have used their fingers to make them, so I've not seen fingerprints in the bricks myself, but some people do say that, yeah. Right, here we are, drifting across Cathedral Arch. Got the little boat there. The little boat on the left hand side is called the Flying Scotsman. It's very famous for being on Peaky Blinders, that one. He does like using that one. And you got the one next to it which was named after a number. I don't know why it's called number 17, because it should be called number 1, couldn't it? Number 7, number 17 is chosen. That could display those there. All tied up in the entrance to the old tunnel, to Little Tess. Yeah, that's the tunnel that used to take you there. I told you it was too expensive and too dangerous to repair, so we replaced it with the 89 tunnel. About 80 foot beyond there, you're coming to Little Tess. But when you go through there, now the tunnel started being built in 1775. It opened in 1778. 41,000 boats a year used to use it, and a boat was let through this tunnel every 6 minutes of every working day. Of course, boats would have taken it in turns using the tunnel, so on Monday they go one way, and on a Tuesday they go the other direction. Yeah, they did a couple of things wrong with this tunnel. Didn't build it wide enough, so they had to take it in turns. Can't use an engine either. When they finished building the tunnel, they filled all the construction shafts in, which means there's no ventilation, which you can't use an engine, you've got to let your boat through. That takes 4 hours, so it's very slow to use this one. However, they did replace this tunnel with Netherton Tunnel. If you have a boat today, it is that one you use. There's a towpath at both sides, so you can use your oars. If you've got an engine, you can start it and drive it through, so you can go through in just over an hour rather than 4, so it's a lot quicker. It's twice as wide, so you can go in different directions at the same time, so vastly improved that. Oh, and there we are, back outside. Okay, so we're coming across Castle Basin, of course where we are now was the bottom of the sea millions of years ago. Dudley, once upon a time, was at the bottom of the beautiful warm tropical sea. Of course, as animals died in the sea, their remains sunk into the mud at the bottom, and as the seas in Dudley dried up, the mud that was left behind dried and warmed in the sun, and over hundreds of years turned the mud into limestone, which is full of fossils. So, just up on the left hand side you will see an arrow, makes any sense. But lovely nature reserve around us up above us, and the E16 Nature Reserve. Have a stroll around there and you can spend all day fossil hunting, looking for fossils. If you don't know anything about fossils, you walk around there, spend the day walking around there, and you'll soon will do. Massive place. And it's free as well, so you got nothing to lose. Of course, miners got 28p a week, and they'd sell them. There's always people like fossil collectors that collected fossils, and they give a miner a week's wages for every fossil he found. It was a nice little bit of extra money there for the miners. You've got a puncher. Right, so we're getting across here from the basin. This is where our little yellow wagtail lives. Some surprises run out today. Mr. Badger lives in here as well, so he lives on the left hand side, Mr. Badger. Okay, so I have mentioned legging. A boat was led through this tunnel every 6 minutes of every working day, so it's a very popular place. A couple of ways of doing legging is by laying on the roof of the boat on your back, put your feet on the roof of the tunnel and spend 4 hours walking your boat through. Or you can lie on a plank in the middle of the boat, one person on one side and one person on the other. Get your feet positioned on the tunnel wall, keep the boat in the middle and start to walk. Right then folks, I've got to ask a question because you just never know. Does anybody want to have a go at legging? If you don't want to try legging.
Right, so we're in the tunnel and Sean's feeling all limber. And we're ready to go, so what next?
First, I need your helmets because they'll fall off your heads.
Okay, there you go.
You should like to sit on the plank, face the wall, turn around to a wall, hold the handrails, and keep your feet up above the sides of the boat.
Oh,
and lie down, put your head on each of the shoulders.
Which way are you going? That way.
That's it. Feet high on the wall, and walk sideways.
Like push like that?
That's it, walk sideways.
You're doing
Well done, yes, one on my.
You're doing some muffin and puffing, Sean. Oh, don't laugh like that. I can't reach the wall! Who's doing better so far?
Well, we're going straight, so you're both in here.
The art of it is not actually touching the wall of the tunnel. The boat weighs 15 tonnes, so if it touches the wall, it's the equivalent of putting your handbrake on your car a little bit, so it will slow the boat down. As long as you can stop the boat from touching the sides, as you can see, we'll go faster and faster.
I can't see that.
15 tonnes. Boat. And they didn't want to do the legging. You could pay somebody to do the legging. There was professional leggers that had actually did the legging for you. You can't pay them. Chap named Jack Wheeler was a professional legger. He started legging boats through this tunnel for a bit of pocket money when he was 12. He retired when he was 76. So yeah, 1949 he retired from legging the boat through it. So yeah, hard working Jack Wheeler. Right, now we are fast approaching the outside world again, so on behalf of me and Stuart in the middle, it's been an absolute pleasure taking you home. Thank you so much for coming and giving us some time today. We are a charity. We do solely this survive on donations, so any donations are very grateful. We're not a part of the Black Country Museum. We were here 15 years before the museum was. So we've got our own entrance on the right hand side, and yes, when their car park's full, come round to ours, go in the museum this way, can buy a ticket from our shop just like theirs, which just means you're getting the museum a lot quicker. So yeah, some people park the car half a mile away and walk it. Just come out the corner, it's a lot closer. So enjoy the rest of your day, folks. Take care, keep safe, and hope to see you again very soon.
Bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Well, I don't know what you thought about that, but I thought that was Boston.